it comes to preparing for your retirement, there are a lot of complicated decisions to choose from. So how do we know when we make sure we're making those right calls? So joining me right now is Mike Douglas, the president of Life Plan Financial Design, a Lansing area firm that focuses on, of course, on preparing people for successful retirement. And you're also a podcast host. Welcome into Studio 10.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we love it when you're on. We learn a lot when you're on. So for those that are on the verge of retirement, tell us a little bit about how big of a deal it is for them to be thinking about having an income plan.
We want to make sure you always know in life how you get paid, right? So when we retire, as nice as it would be if our employer kept paying us, they stop. And they don't want to give you checks anymore. So now it's on you to make sure you have enough money to live out your dreams the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. So you need to build a plan in advance that it's not some old model, it's not the way people used to do it, but it's the way that works today to make sure that when you want to do things, when you want to live life, you get to do them.
Mm-hmm. So Social Security can be a source of income, but how do we go about maximizing those benefits?
So Social Security is an interesting one because there's like hundreds, if not thousands of different combinations of how you can and should take it. Mm-hmm. And there's no right answer. Mm-hmm. It just depends on your family and what makes the most sense. There are some times when it makes sense to wait longer mm-hmm. to get a better benefit. However, if in that waiting time you burn through all of your assets, that's mm-hmm. not a good thing either. So you need a plan that says, for us and my family, we want this much income, we want this lifestyle, we want this things we accomplish. How do we do that in a way that is the right thing for us? Mm-hmm. So some people should take it at 62 because checks that are cleared are better than checks that are promised. But at the same time, other people should wait longer to maybe work a little longer to allow their assets to grow so they can have a better retirement.
No, and that makes complete sense. It depends on the person. So why is it important, though, to dial back from some of those market exposures at this stage of life?
There are phases of life where we do or don't want to experience a certain amount of volatility. Mm-hmm. In the same way that a lot of my clients and retirees don't want to lose a bunch of money, the same way I don't want to go on roller coasters anymore. Like there are things I just don't want to do in life. Uh-huh. And we get to that phase where I used to love it. It used to be really good for me. I used to enjoy it. Now I don't. Uh-huh. And that's the way risk is for a lot of people. When you're trying to grow your accounts and you're in accumulation mode, it's good to have volatility because it's an opportunity to really grow and buy in. Mm-hmm. When you're living off the money, it's more about the return of your money than the return on your money. I have one client who said, I don't need you to make me 20%, just don't lose 10. Oh. And so it's about dialing back risk because now that I'm living on this thing, I can't have it cut in half because of the market.
Oh, absolutely. So let's go a little bit into the tax plan. So how can a tax plan really make a big impact?
Well, taxes are the difference between what you earn and what you actually get to live off of. Mm-hmm. Because you could earn $7,000, $10,000, whatever it is, but if they take $3,000 or $4,000 in taxes, you didn't get to keep that money, so mm-hmm. you have to live off the lower number. Mm-hmm. So always knowing the net, knowing what the result of your decisions are, tax-wise says, well, I'm doing this, I'm going to pull from this account, I'm going to get this income source, I'm going to buy this real estate. Whatever you choose to do, there are tax benefits and consequences to everything. So just using a blanket statement of, well, as long as I have about this much income, that's a bad thing. And the other element is, what is the future of taxes? If they go up, how much income do I still have? No. Those are things to account for.
Yeah, definitely. Good point. And what can making these calls potentially do for our retirement? So we've been talking a little bit about it, but what can it do for our retirement?
Well, the goal is to look ahead down the road to make sure that if we need to make slight adjustments, mm-hmm. we make them as we go, because you don't want to get too far down the road and have to make a huge adjustment. Mm-hmm. So year by year, quarter by quarter, whatever the number is, you need to have a plan that says if I make slight tweak adjustments, it's not even noticeable in my life, but it makes a compounding effect over the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. Versus, we'll deal with it down the road. We keep kicking it down the road, then all of a sudden we have to make a 90-degree turn, right. And that's a lot harder. So making slight adjustments along the way, making those calls now, means that in the future you've got plans that are built to last.
No, that makes complete sense, and I love your metaphors. Every time you come on, you have a new metaphor, and we are going to get you on a roller coaster sometime soon.
I hope not.
Well, thank you so much, and for you those at home that want to learn more about making the right calls, Mike does have a great offer for you. So right now, for the first 5 callers with savings over $500,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary full-blown retirement plan just for you. So this will allow Mike and his team to sit down with you personally and provide you with a roadmap, analyzing where you are and to discuss your best steps to really get ready for a successful retirement. It's a game plan to get you where you need to be. So the number to call is 517-200-3330. Again, that's 517-200-3330. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.